Today is finally the day we install a livery on my car. Now I spent weeks designing it. I'll show you the entire process from printing, installation, and all of it. So stay tuned and I'll see you at the shop. We have made it to the shop and currently printing out the design. And soon we're gonna cut it and then apply it on the car. So this is what the car currently looks like. Just plain old chalk paints. So the design that I'm getting is gonna be 2 stripes on both sides. And then it's gonna be another design on the hood. And if you're looking for any wrapping or kind of design projects, hit up SD Design in San Diego. Yeah, I cannot wait to see how this thing turns out.
These colors look really good, actually.
It does look amazing.
They look really good.
Yeah.
So like one thing I do that most shops don't is I print really slow, I print twice as slow, and I use way more ink. So I'm dumping ink and I'm printing slow. So basically, each time this thing moves one way, it's called a pass.
Yeah.
And so most people print on 8 pass, which means it takes 8 passes to go about this far. I do 16 pass. So I'm printing twice as slow as most shops to get everything crisper.
That's
and
like
all the lines
accurate, yeah.
And then most people print at a ink saturation level of 80%. I do 120. So that my colors are richer and deeper. So I mean everything crisper. And like I talk to shops and they're like, "Oh, you're wasting money." And I'm like,
it's the quality that matters.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to make cheap signs for some politician to put out. You know, I've always liked making like things look as good as they can.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, so like it's printing very slow, you can tell, but it just can't make it look this good any other way.
After printing, the next process was laminating, which only took a minute compared to the hour it took to print. So this was the printer, that's the laminator, and what's that called?
It's called plotter.
Plotter?
So we'll cut everything out now. So it's just like setting up right now. And then I tell it to cut, it's gonna read all the black registration marks I was talking about. And that kind of figures out how to cut after it reads them all. To tell it where the first one is. Yeah, so right now it's just like making sure it's as long as it thinks it should be, and then it'll get past it, and they'll go, okay, cool. There's enough film here for what I expected.
So is it cutting both of them at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'll pretty much anything that's inside of these black dots is what it's gonna cut. So right now it's gonna go to the first one, and you'll see it like find it. Finding it, and it goes, okay, that's the first one, and then it knows where the next one should be based on the file that it made, and then you just make sure everything's where it should be, and if anything's off even by a fraction, it like calculates that, so when it goes to cut, it cuts accurately. This is like the least control I have though, is this part. I can adjust a lot while it's printing, and I can make a lot of adjustments with the laminator if I see something I don't like. But yeah, once this thing goes, we're at the mercy of the plotter. So it'll start cutting now. Now it has all of its marks. And it's like, okay. And it figures out where it needs to be, and it'll start cutting probably at the top left of this one. Yeah, so right now it's cutting. It's always a little scary cutting something this long, because it has a lot to move back and forth. That's why I'm just helping it right now so nothing gets caught or bunched up. So now it's gonna start cutting. I just finished this one, it's gonna start cutting this one now. And everything went good. I don't know if you can see where it cut it. You can see the cut line here. And that's exactly where the line was in the file. So, pretty cool.
Pretty amazing, yeah.
Pretty crazy.
So I know when we did the numbers, like we had to transfer it to like a transfer paper. Yep. You have to do the same thing here?
No. I'm not gonna do it with this because this is like, with like numbers, there's like know, like the middle of like, what's your number?
663.
Yeah, so like the middle of the 6, like it's like you don't want it to get floppy and weird.
Right.
This is a stripe that like we're laying on, and so I don't want transfer tape. Especially at the back, we have to like bend it down.
Yeah.
And the transfer tape, we couldn't do that. It would just be stuck where it is. So for stuff like this that's solid with nothing like cut out in the middle of it, I never transfer tape it. Looks like he might have had the red kind of on this line.
Yeah.
Do you want it riding it, or do you want it just slightly off of it? Like, what are you thinking? Is there like one you prefer? I think he's like kissing it. I think the red's like literally kissing it right in there.
Yeah. I think we can do that. Like I said, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I actually really like what it is right now.
Yeah.
Because this is like really symmetrical. I think this looks really nice. But we can easily just pull it back, you know, 1/4 inch and see how we think it looks touching this line. Can you don't worry if it drops or goes up a little bit. Don't worry about it too much. Personally, I liked it more before.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think having that little is nice.
Right.
So I guess how is this part like?
Yeah, once they pull the liner, everything will lay down nice. Just because the paper is like the transfer tape.
It's not
so rigid,
flexible.
it's
Yeah.
let it do whatever you want. So we just have to hit our points. We have to get it like on the spots we want. Like,
Yep.
I want to hit it up here. I want to get it in the middle of the door where we want it. I want to make sure we nail it here. And then probably like here, and then we're gonna figure out how we want to. Back here, we're gonna have to like manipulate it a little bit. It's pretty close actually, isn't it? But it just depends on what you want when you're trying to get out of it.
So I think for this, you've seen the picture, right? So I can pull it up.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. So goal is to have it coming out of the taillights.
Which is pretty close, but I gotta see what it looked like, how they did it. Oh, we do on the bumper. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we can easily like I can pull this down.
Yep.
And get it more like that.
And then I think they just had it over and just cut it.
Yeah, looks like it's just kind of going like that. So what we'll do is we'll probably get it nailed here, and then this part I'm gonna like gently
Adjust it.
come down. Yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
good. So does it line up with this one? Or?
So it has the red just barely going into where the envelope is.
Yeah.
So I have the red just barely going in. How you want it?
So I guess should we lower it like all the way here? What do you
It's up to
think?
you. Yeah, I'm just going off the mock-up.
Okay.
So I said that red line just barely going into where the crest is.
Yeah.
But we can move it if you want. We can have the red just on it, like that. We can come down. I actually kind of like this. Yeah, we can come down if you want. It's up to you.
I think it should be fine. I like this.
I want you to measure all these points. Okay. And I want you to make sure it's I'm going to come out of the bumper piece.
So for these, like, are we gonna keep the same gap? Basically. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what
No,
do you mean?
no. As in like,
Bottom,
so
right?
yeah, kind of widens as it goes. So can you bring it like closer, or is it gonna?
We can move it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we can move it in. I can definitely.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
we'll pull it in.
okay, let's definitely do that then.